Hi everybody, and welcome to the Tree of Life, Astrology and Tarot. Now it is spring. We have finally entered our spring equinox and moving forward. And this week we are in for some very karmic, fateful events. So let me get on with it and try to explain this to you. So to start with, we are in major warrior season. This is due to the fact that we've got 4 planets, count them, 4 planets sitting in Aries right now. And those planets would be, of course, the Sun, which moved into Aries, Mercury, Uranus, and Venus. And by this weekend, the new moon is going to join all this. So it is fire on top of fire on top of fire. And what does that mean for us? Lots of initiation, new beginnings, new growth. It's all about the spring energy that we're all going to be feeling this coming week. Now, we have a major aspect coming up this week that's going to affect all of this fire energy, and that is Venus, who is retrograde in Aries, of all places. So it is all going to be about, well, you're probably just going to be feeling really restless. I know I have started to feel restless, all this energy coming in, and you're not quite sure what to do with it all. And while we have Venus going retrograde, you're going to be revising, redoing, rehashing, just rehabilitating anything that has to do with your relationships. This can be relationships with your friends, with your family, with the people you work with. It can also bring up past relationships as well. So any past relationships that may come up, whether that is, from this most recent time. I apologize for the vehicle driving behind me. It has been very quiet out here up until now. Anyway, you're going to be looking at all of your relationships over these next couple of weeks. And Venus is currently in a very unique spot. She has not passed by the Sun for the last year and a half, and she is about to do that this coming weekend. So we have Venus conjuncting the Sun. So what that means is you've got the Sun here, and you've got Venus over here. And Venus is about to move in front of the Sun, and then keep going. Well, while she's moving, she's doing it backwards. She's going backwards in front of the Sun. So this is a very unique situation for us. When she goes to conjunct the Sun, and that means you could probably draw a straight line from the Earth through Venus to the Sun by this coming Saturday. And as she moves to the other side, we're actually going to really start to feel this Venus retrograde. Up until she had approached the Sun, it was a little mellow. But now that she's going to move in front of the Sun and start moving the other direction, you're going to start to see her in the morning sky. She actually moved from the evening sky to the morning sky once she passes by the Sun. This also means that Venus is going to enter the underworld. She's basically going to be there where none of us can see her for at least 7 or 8 days until she reappears in the morning sky. So while she's in the underworld, that is going to focus us on our relationships, what we value, our beliefs. And we're going to be relooking, rehashing, redoing, revising all of those things in those particular areas that Venus has to do with. So it's going to make the end of this week, as we go into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a little nutty. It's going to get a little weird. And I'm going to explain some of that a little further as well. We also have Jupiter squaring Pluto. So this will become exact on the 30th. They've been really, really close to squaring each other, but on the 30th of this month, it's going to become exact. So it's all about business. Being we have Pluto still in Capricorn, and Jupiter is retrograde in Libra. So it's going to be challenging our security, our financial situations, our jobs, how we work, and also those relationships involved with those areas. However, with Mars and Taurus, you're going to be looking for more tangible, more material type of security when it comes to any kind of business dealings, your jobs, how you work, where you work, who it is you work with. So there's going to be a lot of focus in those areas as we move into the end of March. Now, it's also tax time. Luckily, I finally got mine finished this morning. But yeah, it's all about dotting those I's, crossing those T's, and just making sure you have everything correct before you proceed forward. And that took me a while to do that this morning, but hallelujah, they're finally done. So with all of this fire going on, not only do we have 4 planets sitting in Aries, and we've got the new moon getting ready to enter into Aries by this coming weekend, but we still have Saturn sitting in Sagittarius. That's 6 planets sitting in fire signs. It's the warrior. It's wanting to go out and conquer the world. It's wanting to initiate new things. And this can get you into trouble if it's not tempered a little bit. For instance, you may make some quick decisions that you may regret later. You may want to jump into things without thinking about it first, or thinking it's a really good deal and find out later that it's not. So the best advice I can give you is try and temper this over this coming week, especially because these energies are just going to get more and more intense. And then on top of that, we also have Mercury that's going to be conjuncting Uranus. He's also going to be squaring Pluto and opposing Jupiter. It's like Mercury, our thoughts, our ideas, how we communicate, is going to be like a ping pong ball pinging off all of these planets throughout the weekend. And he's moving really, really fast right now. He's at high speed as he's sitting in Aries. Fortunately, he's moving very quickly, and so this crazy energy that you're going to start to feel, and people just kind of blurting things out, and communications are just going to get a little weird over this coming weekend. So just thought I'd give you a little bit of a heads up as to, what you can expect. What this is going to do is create some very big shifts. This is a very pivotal weekend. And of course, it's our new astrology year. We have just started brand new with Aries being our first sign in the zodiac. So some big shifts and some new beginnings are about to happen. So you may feel like you're kind of tripping out this coming weekend. It's just going to be a little weird. So big squares coming up this week, and it's all about karma, baby. It's going to be a very karmic, fateful end to this coming week going into next week. So yeah, lots of shape-shifting and crazy communications are about to happen. Now is the time to try and make any tough decisions to get what you want. You're going to find that you may be at a standstill trying to make a decision, and then you've got all this energy wanting to push you forward to finally make a decision, leave the old behind, and start anew. And that's exactly what it's about as we start our new year here in astrology. So it's like a new beginning. This is going to cause some very deep inner work within yourselves. And it's going to force you to look at some things that maybe you have been putting off or you just haven't been dealing with. You're going to be forced to do that this coming week and next week. So some random, fateful stuff is about to happen. But this is all good. All this revision, all this re-looking at things is actually a very good thing so that we can move forward and finally resolve some things that may have just been hanging around. And find the new you. It's going to make you feel a little more whole. And the cool thing with this Venus retrograde right now, which is getting ready to conjunct the Sun, with all these other aspects going on, it's going to so provide us with some more clarity as we go into next week. Because keep in mind, we still have Mars sitting in Taurus, and that's going to help stabilize all of these energies. Thank goodness. If we had Mars in Aries right now, it'd be like an explosion. It'd just be like all kinds of weird things going on, even worse than what's going to be happening anyway this coming weekend. So with all this fire going on, especially in Aries, it's all about me, mine, myself. How does this affect me? It's a very restless energy. You're going to be thinking about yourself and how things are affecting you and whether you want to hang on to these things. It's all about yourselves right now. So just keep centered, stay centered this week as best you can as we start to experience some of these crazy, freaking out of this world energies. And keep in mind, some things just may end for a good reason because some good things want to come in, but this is very pivotal, very pivotal. this coming weekend going into next week as to what some of those things are. Those things are going to start to surface. You're going to start to feel it and you're going to start to see it. But that's good. It's going to force us to look at things, let go of some things, and finally get moving in the right direction as we are starting out with spring currently. Okay, so that pretty much is your forecast for this coming week. It's a little quiet. Today's the 22nd, but as we get into the end of Thursday, beginning of Friday, you may start to feel like things are really starting to ramp up, and things starting to surface. Things are starting to bubble up for us to deal with. So just a little heads up that it's going to get a little weird, a little wild, and a little crazy going into this weekend and into next week. So hold on. Okay, so I did pull a card this week, Doreen Virtue's Angel Cards, and it is the Justice card. Very appropriate for this coming week. So Archangel Raguel would like to send us a message this week, and that is all about fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right and stand up for your beliefs. So, little energy from Jupiter there, who is all about balance and justice. And yeah, making the right decisions this coming weekend. Whatever you do, take your time, being we've got this huge fire energy influence that's hitting us on this crazy weekend. So yeah, it's about making fair and just decisions. And even if you haven't made a decision yet, the universe is telling you that you will find justice. So there you are. That is your card message for this week. All right, you guys, so that is your forecast for this week of March 22nd. First of all, I want to thank all of you for all your fabulous comments, your likes, your shares, your subscribes. I've gotten lots of good feedback. It's really encouraging and very inspiring for me to continue on with this. And also remember that if you need a personal reading, if there is something you're trying to deal with or you would like to know what the possible outcomes can be, by all means go to my website at treeoflifeastro.com, go to the contacts page, leave me an email with your birth date information, and what type of reading you would like to have or what type of question you would like to ask, and I will get back to you, either email, Skype, or with a video. Just email you a link. But thank you very much for all the fabulous comments and hanging in there with me. And hopefully you will resonate with some of these messages this week. All I can say is hold on to your hat. It's going to get a little weird this coming weekend, but the energies will start to fall off as we get into the end of the following week. And at that point, I will have another video out cluing you in as to what's going on. All right, I hope you guys are enjoying this first week of spring. I know I am. I'm looking forward to getting out in the yard and getting some things done while it's not raining. It's still nice out. But meanwhile, I hope all of you find your center this week. May Spirit light your path. I wish you lots of love and light. And namaste.